Welcome to Sacred Flow's CPR curriculum, where we are focusing on enhancing your innate ability to live with clarity, compassion, and radical amazement. This is the first lesson, and in this first lesson, we're going to explore what yoga offers and how yoga helps us live with clarity, compassion, and radical amazement. And throughout the videos, you'll see my dog Patch wandering in and out. Well, yoga, I just love yoga because it gives us a unique perspective. One of the master Ashtanga yoga teachers, Eddie Stern, writes in his book, One Simple Thing. He says, when we decide that we need to look at our lives through a new lens, moving our bodies into new shapes will help to change our perspective on ourselves and life, because we are directly using our bodies to influence the way we process incoming information. Our worldview can easily be altered by putting ourselves into postures. Through neuroplasticity, something you're going to be learning about, or the ability of our nerves to wire together in a myriad of ways as we learn new things, we create pathways that lead us to have insights about our body, our emotions, our thought patterns, our relationships, and most important, our sense of self. So join me as we begin our first practice of yoga. Let's take a moment to work on the breath pattern that we will be practicing throughout all of our yoga practices. This breath pattern is essential to our practice because if you're not breathing, you are not doing yoga. And if at any point in any of the practices it just gets to be too much, come back to this easy seated position, close your eyes, and just practice the breath. So the breath pattern we use is called the complete yogic breath. So I'll teach it in 3 parts, and then we'll practice the breath all together. So bring the hands to the belly, and as you inhale, feel the belly push out a little bit, filling up. And then as you exhale, bring the belly button back to the spine. Don't yank it back, just gently pull it back so that you're releasing all that extra air. Try that again. Inhale, fill the belly. And exhale, pull the belly gently back to the spine. All right, now we're going to add the second part. So breathe into the belly and then expand the breath to fill up the rib cage. You can even bring your hands onto your rib cage. So inhale into the belly and feel the breath expand to the rib cage. And then exhale from the rib cage and then use the belly to push out any extra air. Let's try that again. Inhale into the belly, expand through the rib cage, and then exhale from the rib cage and use the belly. Nice. Now the third part is find your collarbones. These bones right up here at the top, you can feel them, and then feel the soft space right beneath. Now inhale into the belly, expand the breath into the rib cage, and see if you can feel the breath all the way at your fingertips. And then exhale from the fingertips, rib cage, and belly. Now for some of us, it's really difficult to feel the breath right here where the fingertips are. Some of us can feel it actually at the top of the rib cage, which is kind of located right underneath the armpit. Sometimes we can pay attention to the feeling of the breath there. Either way, front or back, what we want is this 3-part breath where we fill up the belly, expand through the chest, and lift up all the way, and then exhale, almost like you're coming down a water slide from the top, middle, and then use the belly. Let's try this breath 3 times. One more. Last one. enjoy the rest of your practice. Let's continue to use the breath and add some movement with the breath. So we're just practicing linking breath to movement. So in an easy seated position, if you've noticed that you've been sitting with the right leg in front for your meditation and the breath work, go ahead and recross the legs with the opposite leg in front. Feels a little different. And then let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, drop the right hand down to the mat and bend over to the right side. Inhale, lift back up, right arm joins the left arm up high. And then exhale, drop the left hand down and bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Press the palms and exhale the hands to heart center. Now let's make our way into a tabletop shape. That's a crawl position. And from this position, we're going to do cat-cow, which is kind of a foundational movement for yoga. So as you inhale, you soften the belly and look up. And as you exhale, you tuck the chin and round the spine and gaze between your legs. Inhale, soften the belly and look up. Exhale, tuck the chin and bring that belly button back to the spine, rounding the tailbone down. Inhale, the gaze goes up, the tailbone points up. And exhale, tuck the chin and round the tailbone down. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now come to a flat back. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips high for your first downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Then inhale, look forward between the hands. And exhale, walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. And exhale the hands to heart center. We're going to begin to warm up the body with our Sun A and Sun B movements. Now these flows remain the same every time. In Sun A, you can always guarantee that we're going to move our body forward and back, and also add a movement that makes us go side to side. And then in Sun B, we add some sort of spinal twist. So let us begin our warm-up. Come to the short side of your mat, which I will call the top of the mat. And take a full breath. Then lift your toes and place them down. Lift the heels and place them down. Rock side to side. And now push through all 4 corners of both feet. You'll feel the leg muscles engage, the belly engage just a little bit. And then inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, press the palms, and then exhale the hands to heart center. Take a full breath. Let's begin our Sun A. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, grab for the left wrist, and as you exhale, lift up and over to the right side, getting a nice side body stretch. I'll show you and I'll turn. You look like a half moon or a banana shape. And then inhale, come back to center. Switch wrists, grab for the right wrist. And as you exhale, lift up and over to the left side. And then you're making that half moon or banana shape on the other side. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, fold all the way forward, just as far as you can. You can place your hands on the ground or on your ankles. And then inhale, slide your hands up the legs just a little bit and bring the body up halfway. Then exhale, your fingertips to the mat, step your feet back and you're in a high plank position. And then lower the body all the way down to the mat. As you inhale, straighten the arms just as much as you can, gaze is forward. And then exhale, bring the hips back to the heels and the forehead all the way down to the mat with your arms outstretched. Inhale, come to a tabletop or a crawl shape. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Press down through the wrists, through the palms, and bring some weight into each finger. Shift the chest back towards the thighs. You'll feel the hips lift a little higher. And then walking your dog means that you bend one knee and bring the opposite heel to the ground. And then you bend the other knee and bring the other heel to the ground. And you just go back and forth. Now find stillness and take a full breath. Then inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, forward fold again. Tuck the chin. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up. And now grab the left wrist and exhale, bend up and over to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Grab the right wrist and exhale, lift up and over to the left side. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, forward fold. Tuck the chin. Inhale, press up on something and come up halfway. Exhale your fingertips to the mat, step your feet back, and you're in that high plank position. And then lower the body all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms and open up the chest, shoulders down out of the ears. Exhale, hips to heels, forehead to the mat, arms outstretched. This is called child's pose. Inhale, back to that tabletop or crawl shape. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Now shake your head yes. Release tension in the back of the neck. Give us a no. Pedal out your feet, walking your dog. And then find stillness and take a full breath. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, and exhale, grab the left wrist and bend to the right. Inhale, back to center, grab the right wrist, and exhale, lift up and over to the left side. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up the legs and bring the body up halfway. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, step your feet back for a plank position, and then lower the body all the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms, open up the chest, shoulders down out of the ears. Exhale, hips to heels, forehead to the mat in child's pose. Inhale, lift up to that crawl shape, tabletop position. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. And stay here for 2 full breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk the feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, press the palms, and exhale the hands to heart center. And just take a pause here to notice any change that you're feeling in the body, the warmth, maybe the energy moving, maybe a sense of peace. Take one more breath. And now we'll begin to warm up In Sun B, we warm up the hips and we add that rotation, that twist in the spine. So inhale, stand up tall, and exhale, bend both knees like you're sitting back in a chair. Sometimes the tailbone likes to stick out. Round the tailbone down to the mat. Then look down at your feet, make sure you can see your toes, so you don't want your knees over your toes. You want the weight in your heels. Then inhale, reach the arms forward, and you are in Utkatasana, or chair pose. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, sweep the right arm down and back. Follow the hand with your eyes. And then bring the hand down and back forward, following the hand with your eyes. Take an inhale. And then exhale the left hand down and back. Follow the hand with your eyes. And inhale, bring the hand down and forward, following with your eyes. Then when the hands are back forward, rise all the way up and reach back for a little back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the right foot back. Bend the left knee. Now that back heel finds the mat, and my foot is kind of on an edge, a corner. But the left foot is facing forward. Then inhale the arms up to the sky. And here you are in your first warrior one. Lift the toes. Reposition the heels. Take a full breath. Inhale. And exhale the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fingertips to the mat. Now step the left foot back. Bend the right knee. And then inhale the arms up to the sky. Shoulders down out of the ears. The gaze can be up or just straight ahead. Lift the toes, lift the heels, just finding our first warrior one. Take an inhale. One more inhale. And exhale your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. And as you bring the hands to heart center, bend both knees, sitting back in the chair. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale that right arm down and back. The gaze follows. Inhale, bring it down and forward. Exhale the left arm down and back. Inhale, bring it down and forward. Rise up, reach back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the right foot back. Bend the left knee. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale the hands back down to the mat. Step it forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the left foot back. Bend the right knee. Inhale the arms high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. And as the hands come to heart center, you sit back in the chair. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, right arm down and back. Inhale, bring it down and forward. Exhale, left arm down and back. Inhale, bring it down and forward. Rise up, reach back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the right foot back. Bend the left knee and inhale the arms high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands back down. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the left foot back. Bend the right knee. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms. And exhale the hands to heart center. Take a moment to notice the change in your breath, the beating of your heart, and the change in the body. Maybe you're starting to warm up. Let's begin our sun C. Again, we begin at the top of the mat. Press the palms at heart center and take a full breath. Now bring the hands to your hips. Step the right foot back, just as far as feels comfortable to you, and bend that left knee. Now look at the left knee. Make sure you can still see your big toe. The left knee needs to track over that second toe. This is our warrior one shape. You've already been here before. So go ahead and lift your arms up to the sky. Settle into this shape. If you're used to your gaze being forward, maybe take your gaze up between the hands. But wherever you are, take 3 more breaths. Now the left arm goes forward, the right arm goes back. We shift our feet a little bit just to create a little bit more space, but the hips are still at that diagonal, but the twist is now in the upper body. So I'm facing you, I'm facing the long edge of the mat a little bit more. Left arm forward, right arm back. We want to pretend like we're reaching out for something in front of us and reaching out for something behind us. This is a warrior pose. So the arms are very strong, and yet the shoulders are down out of the ears. Take a gentle squeeze at the back of at your back, in between the shoulder blades. Just helps open up the chest a little bit more. Then take 3 more breaths. Then grab your left wrist, straighten the left leg, and lift the arms up and over to the back of the mat. Now you're getting that nice side body stretch from the left ankle, through the hip, through the rib cage and shoulder, all the way up to the wrist. You can look forward, or you can look up at the hands for a little bit of a balance challenge. And take 3 more breaths. Then release the arms back out to a T, just like they were in Warrior 2, but now both legs are straight. Then reach the left fingers past the left toes and see how my right hip is poking out. And then float the left hand down somewhere on the leg, or maybe you're flexible and it comes all the way down to the ground. Then lift the right arm high up to the sky. This is actually called triangle, but we don't want to be dumping weight into our standing leg. So just notice how my bottom arm can flow freely because I'm engaging my core. Gaze up at the right fingers and take 3 more breaths. Then look down at the left foot. Bring the arms back up to a T. Now shift your feet so that the heels are inside and the toes are out wide. Then reach the arms to the corners of the room, and you're making your body take up as much space as it can. I'm shifting my hips forward, I'm opening up my chest, I'm looking up, and this is actually called star pose, so you can twinkle your fingers. But wherever you are, take 3 more breaths. Then inhale and exhale, forward fold. I'm turning my toes forward a little bit so that I have balance. And then I'm coming into a wide leg forward fold. Your hands can be on your legs somewhere. Just don't press on the knees. We want to protect the knees. Or they can be on the ground, or grab the ankles, or reach behind you. Wherever you are, tuck the chin just a little bit to release the back of the neck. Shake out the shoulders. You can even bend one knee and then the other. And take 3 more breaths. And then bring your body up halfway. And then walk your hands over to your right foot, turning the right toes to face the short edge of the mat, the back of the mat. Then spin the left heel, that back heel up off the mat. Sink the hips a little bit. Press down and use the inner thigh of the front leg. And then twist your body over to the right side and reach the right arm up to the sky. This is called dragonfly twist. And then take 3 breaths. Now bring that right hand back down. Step the left foot forward to join the right foot. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, begin to rise all the way up. Press the palms overhead and exhale the hands to heart center. And take a pause here for a few breaths. Then bring the hands to the hips. And this time the right leg is going to be in front. So we're going to step the left foot back. Bend that right knee deep. Lift the toes, lift the heels. Settle the hips. The hips are at a diagonal, but the upper body is facing that right knee. You've been here before. You know what the Warrior One shape. So reach the arms up overhead. And again, this is a warrior pose. So the arms are strong, but the shoulders are down out of the ears. The gaze can be forward, or the gaze can go up, and take 3 more breaths. Now the right arm goes forward, the left arm goes back. We adjust our legs to give us a little more space. Open up the chest by gently squeezing between the shoulder blades. We reach forward, we reach back with strong arms. Gaze over those front fingers and take 3 more breaths in Warrior Two. Now reach for that right wrist, straighten the right knee, and reach the arms up and over to the front of the mat, getting that nice side body stretch from the right ankle, hip, rib cage, shoulder, wrist. Take 3 more breaths. Then bring the arms back out to a T, just like we were in Warrior Two, but with straight legs. And reach the right fingertips past the right toes, poking out that left hip. And then float that right hand down, touching something. And reach the left arm up to the sky. The gaze follows the left fingers. The front of the body is open to the long side of the mat. And take 3 more breaths. Then look down at the right foot. Bring the arms up to that T shape. Switch the feet so the toes are pointing out, the heels are in. Reach the arms to the corners of the room. Now shift the chest forward, the hips forward, the gaze goes up. Sparkle those fingers and take 3 more breaths. Lift just gently back up. Shift the toes forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly forward fold with wide legs. Have your hands on the legs, ankles, down at the mat, in front of your face, behind. Really kind of play with this shape and get a good stretch. You can bend one knee, then the other. You can shake your head. Just gentle movements, shake the shoulders, and take 3 more breaths. Inhale, come up halfway, and then walk your hands toward that left foot, turning the left toes to the long edge, or the short edge of the mat, the front of the mat. Spin the back heel up off the mat. Sink the hips as you bend that left knee. Keep the right hand down on the mat. Twist your upper body over to that left side and reach the left arm up high to the sky. Gaze follows those left fingers and take 3 breaths in dragonfly twist. And then bring that left hand down to the mat. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Press the palms, and exhale the hands to heart center. Now our challenge pose for today is tree pose. So I invite you to come to the center of your mat, and then bring the hands down to your sides. So for tree pose, we'll do it a couple of ways. First, we will bring the ball of the right foot, keep it on the mat, and then the heel of the right foot touches the ankle or the calf. You see my right knee is going out to the right. And then just bring your hands to heart center, and this is tree pose. If you want to add a little bit more, you can bring that right foot up off the mat onto the calf. We do not want the foot on the knee or anywhere close to the knee. So just bring it up onto the calf. You'll feel all the little muscles in your left ankle, those proprioceptive muscles trying to keep you in this shape, and all of that wiggle and all of that movement is just great. Take a few more breaths. And then if you would like to stay here, stay here. Adding on one more thing, if you want to lift your arms up to the sky to have branches, feel free to do that now. And then take 3 breaths. Press the palms up overhead. Bring the hands to heart center, and then release the right foot down onto the mat. And just take a pause here. And let's try it. Using our right leg as the tree trunk and the left foot, you lift the heel up off the mat so that the ball of the left foot is on the mat, but the heel is touching the ankle or the calf, and you're pushing in just a little bit. But here we are in tree pose, and take a few breaths. Now if you'd like a little more challenge, you could stay here, or you can lift the left foot up off the mat to bring it onto the calf. Stay away from putting any pressure on the knee. Feel all those little muscles in the right ankle twitching and moving, and take a few breaths. And now if you want to add a little bit more, you can lift the arms up to the sky and have branches, and take 3 breaths. Press the palms up overhead. Bring the hands to heart center and release that left foot down to the ground. And then we can just add a little movement, swaying side to side, releasing any tension, maybe even lifting a foot as you go. Bringing your breath back to a steady state. Now come to lie all the way down on your back. Release that full and complete yogic breath, just coming back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Bring the knees into the chest and just take a gentle rock side to side. Then reach between the knees and grab for the big toes with the peace sign fingers, or you can just attach to the ankles or even hold the knees. But we want the knees to come out to the side and for you to just play in happy baby, rocking side to side. You can even straighten one leg and bring it back in, and straighten the other leg and bring it back in. But in happy baby, the feet are facing the ceiling, the knees are out, and you just take that gentle rock. And stay here for 5 more breaths. Find stillness. Bring the knees back together. Release the arms out to a T on the ground. Take an inhale. And exhale, allow the legs to drift over to the right side, finding the ground, coming into a twist. So we want our upper body facing the ceiling, but we want our knees over to the right side. It's better if you can have both shoulder blades on the ground. But if you can't, that's okay too. Just feeling a twist in the spine. If you need to prop one leg up, that's okay. But find the shape of the twist that works for you. Your gaze can either be up at the ceiling, or you can look over at the left side. Or in these final poses, you can always just close your eyes. This end of class is like a meditation with your body in different shapes. And so you can just follow the natural flow of air in and out of the nose for the next 5 breaths. And slowly begin to unwind the twist. Bringing the knees back into the chest and take a pause. And then inhale As you exhale, the knees go to the left side this time, finding the shape of the twist that works for you on this side. I have to adjust this side because the right side of my body is a lot more tight than the left side. So most of the time I put my foot on the ankle or on the ground, just so the knee can be lifted a little bit more on this side. But you find the shape of the twist that works for you. And again, the gaze can be up at the ceiling or turn your gaze to the right side. And the invitation is always there to close your eyes, to notice your body and how it feels in this shape, to release any tension that is unnecessary, and then follow your breath for 5 breaths. Slowly unwind the twist, bringing both feet onto the ground, and take a pause. Slide your legs out and fully down onto the ground if that's possible. You can always leave your knees bent if this is uncomfortable for your final resting pose. Finding your way to your final resting pose in Shavasana. Laying the body down on the mat. Pressing the back side of the head softly into the ground. And then release. Pressing the right arm gently into the mat. And release. Pressing the left arm into the mat just gently and release. Softly pressing the hips down into the earth and release. The right leg, press it down and release. And the left leg, gently pressing down and release. And now the entire body, from the crown of the head through the shoulders and arms, hips and legs. Pretend like you're giving the earth a final hug, pressing gently down and release. And now if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes, to allow the body to get really still. The breath just naturally becomes a little more shallow. And you find rest. Now begin to deepen your breath. Sigh out the mouth. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just waking up the body gently. Maybe bend the elbows and circle the wrists. Point and flex the feet. And reach and stretch like you just woke up in the morning. Allow the knees to gently pull into the chest, wrapping your arms around them, and just pause here for a moment. And then choose one side and allow the entire body to move over onto that one side and take a full breath. And then push up with one hand and come back to an easy seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center. And now your facilitator has our closing moments of gratitude, but I just want to say to you, the light in me notices, observes, and appreciates the light in each one of you. Namaste.